Why? Why? Why must I get stuck behind a train? So I was about to begin the cleanup process, but I actually wanted to share my experience here real quick. So, it's under a stack of papers, but yesterday, I'm recording this on a Friday, yesterday I got a notice on my door about 4 p.m. They just slid the little paper in the door knocker thing, saying, hey, you need to make sure the contractor can get access to your apartment tomorrow, February 5th, on Friday, to replace your door. I didn't want a door replaced. Certainly not something I wanted, certainly not something I requested, but they've recently swapped out the doors of the people living on the opposite sides of me, and they're all about having all the, like, front ends of the apartments match and stuff, so they of course had to swap out my door. Okay, whatever, that really sucks. Not remotely ideal, but I was gonna deal with, I was dealing with it because I didn't have a choice. I wasn't doing anything today anyway besides hopefully going to the grocery store, and Chu was already going home. And so I ended up having to work late. I had meetings with people from Freedom who, live across the country, 12-hour time difference. So I was up till like 5 a.m. Dude knocks on my door at 9 a.m. sharp to start working on the door. And then for the first few hours until like 12, he has it completely removed and is working on stuff and sawing into stuff and replacing trim and stuff like that. And it's like 20 degrees outside, so I'm sitting here freezing. So I end up going on my bed, playing some phone games, trying to wake up, doing a little bit of work, and just staying warm under the covers. And then he comes to find out that he put on the wrong door. Completely different color. And it's completely required to be the same, as per the whole point in doing this in the first place. And so we had to paint the door. And so that took another hour, and then he had to leave for 2 hours. So he got here at 9 a.m. and just left at 3 p.m. with me being able to shut my door. Through all of this, things did not appear to go as planned. So there's dust and card and wood and chunks and drywall chunks everywhere, so I have to vacuum and dust the hell out of this. I was starting to clean up, wiping it down, when I realized I should probably show it like in its rawest form. This is also going to be in case they try to take this off of my, my deposit. But so he completely ripped off all this trim, which then completely jacked it up. Then apparently he like dropped it and scraped it up there, or either that paint's just naturally peeling. Not something I could really do. I don't know what the heck happened here when he swapped out the trim, but it did. And because he replaced this piece, so it jacked up this whole piece too. Completely jacked that up for some reason. Then the fun part, down here, they took out the transition. Now there's like an inch where there's no carpet, and it's just the wood beneath. Thankfully I have this rug, which will now fit under the door since the door has that big old tall gap. Before, the door couldn't go over the rug, so now it can. But that's still really not cool. The piece of trim in that corner is completely missing. This is all jacked up. The door is filthy. I have to clean it off. The paint isn't the greatest, but that's okay. He sawed into the wall and hit my sound foam, but didn't hurt it, and I wouldn't really care either way. But he sawed into the wall, so that's something I made sure I got a million pictures of, because that's definitely not going against my deposit. That wasn't me. Trim all jacked up, drywall dust all over my hand, trim all jacked up, trim all jacked up, trim all jacked up. And apparently the whole process aggravated what's apparently a pretty unsupported structure here, because the apartment's been developing, or either had when I moved in, this crack along the ceiling. And it has it in a couple places. And then you can see like one where it's been patched over right there. So clearly this is a recurring problem. Well, him doing all this completely aggravated this crack to go all the way from the corner of the door up to the ceiling. I don't feel any air coming through. I don't see any light coming through. I don't think it'll be a problem. But again, definitely not something I did. This just looks weird. Oh yeah, it doesn't shut or lock worth a damn now. The handle, this handle has always been jacked up with turning. But now watch what happens when I undo the bolt lock. That is a lot of resistance. If I try to shut it back, nope. I have to completely push it in, and it was already a problem, so that'll be fun from the outside. loosen it up, then crank the jacked up handle, and then it opens. And then there's like paint strips there. It looks kind of decent. And then none of that trim. It's painted. So. And then it doesn't even shut all the way the first time. Doesn't lock. Push it in. And then it's good. So now I've got to clean up this mess. Deal with a worse to use door than my already hard to use door. Just because they wanted it to be the same shape. And now the whole like entryway to my apartment's jacked up. Thanks, apartment. But yeah, I'm documenting everything I possibly can. I even have the security cam video up there of him doing it. Well, it's not video, it's a picture every minute. But none of this is counting against my deposit because I didn't do anything for this. But just wanted to vlog it because I'm on low sleep and very frustrated at this point. Hope your weekend, whenever you watch this, went well. I just got done vacuuming, and there was a screw in my carpet. Jesus Christ. It looks a little better now. I did what I could on the door. There's some heavily caked like drywall dust or something on there. I couldn't clean it all the way off, but it'll do for now. Now my vacuum is totally full. Why? Why? Why must I get stuck behind a train? I don't wanna. No. 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 But I did get my hair cut today. It's freshly cut, so it still probably looks kind of silly, but I'd been dying for a haircut and I went and got one. And it's raining and storming, and apparently my parents' basement flooded a little bit again because the brand new sump pump that they got like a month ago crapped out on them, and I don't know. It's been a weird day, and we have a wind advisory. It is currently storming. It was just like 60 and 70 degrees earlier this week, and we're apparently getting another blizzard. I do not understand the weather around here. It's still going. Make it stop. Make it stop. There's too much train. I want to go home. I have work to do. Then I gotta come back here in a couple hours anyway, so I really need to get home. Why?